Welcome to Off the Rails, brought to you by the Model Railway YouTube community group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. Just search for MRYCG. Well, good evening, or should I say afternoon, as I put in the Listener Lounge chat at Sonnet Radio. Welcome to the very first episode, finally, of Series 2 of Off the Rails with us here at MRYCG. I'd like to say a huge thank you to the founders of Sonnet Radio for allowing us to host this new series on their radio station. I have got a number of guests with me tonight, and I hope you can join me also in the Listener Lounge at thisissonnet.co.uk to chat about your model railways and discussions about what we're going to be having here on the show this week. We are live here until 6 p.m. every last Saturday of the month, which is today. It's obviously the 29th of January 2022. So I hope you're raring to go. We will be playing some music throughout this show, but obviously this is a radio station broadcast, so it's okay for that to be on here. But when it does go out on our social media platforms, unfortunately that music will be excluded from that form of broadcast. So if you want to hear the music played, then make sure you check out the Listen Again service at Sonnet Radio on the Mixcloud feature. But if you're happy to listen to it without music, then thank you for staying with us. I hope you enjoy it as much as we will too. Right, let's lower that down and bring in our first guest, who's live in the studio with me right now, and it is our other co-founder of MRYCG. It is Stuart. Welcome, Stuart.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it is afternoon.
Yes, and he also said tonight, because we're used to doing the radio at night, and obviously this is a bit early for us. But yeah, welcome along. It's like say this afternoon. Yeah, I thought to myself, I've got a week off work, I might as well come here. I know last time we on the podcast / radio cast. Well, I call it a radcast.
Radcast, that's what you're calling it.
Yeah, half podcast, half radio, radcast. Last time I was at work, I popped in for about 10 minutes, but today I'm with you for a lovely 2 hours.
And I'm also joined by the wonderful Geoff Reedman. Good evening. I've done it again, haven't I? Good afternoon,
Afternoon,
Geoff.
not evening.
How are you, Geoff?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, well, good night. Ta-ra!
Yeah.
So how have you been, Geoff, since we last heard from you on here? Because we did a Christmas special to announce the launch of this new series, didn't we? Back in December 2021. Seems like ages ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, seems like ages, yeah. Yeah, a lot's been changing. So I've been busy, trying to keep myself busy.
Well, I hope you've got a cup of cake at hand, just like we have as well, Geoff. Stuart's on the old fizzy pop. I've got a nice cup of coffee. So everybody else, hope you're sat down, ready to enjoy.
Cup of tea and some pop.
Excellent stuff. Now we're going to be talking about the big feature that took place here on the model railway scene, and that's obviously Hornby's new releases. So we're going to be having a brief scan through that, as well as other things like exhibitions that are taking place. Yes, they are taking place now up in the following month, and also a few other little bits and bobs that are in the news, as much as we can squeeze into these 2 hours. So Stuart, what are your thoughts so far?
Well, shockingly, really, with the Hornby release, obviously, as discussed before this last week on the Facebook Friday show, we went through them. Everybody was saying about prices, availability, and things like that. Obviously, you were shocked at the TPE.
Oh yeah,
800.
Well, it turns out it's across all the new 800 range.
Yes.
It's the same price. But yeah, I was really looking forward to the TPE until I saw the price.
Yeah, it was. It started saving, but yeah, there was quite a lot. There's quite a lot as well. The Coca-Cola range.
I like that.
Yeah, I know you like that. He's like quite a lot of Coca-Cola range. A lot of Steamers are coming as well.
Yes, as always for the Steam fans, there's a lot of Steam stuff out there. But there's not only obviously you mentioned the Coca-Cola range, but there's a lot of novelty ranges come out. And now Hornby back in the day way back in the 80s, Hornby did feature a lot of novelty ranges. Remember the box fans had Weetabix, Kit Kat, that sort of stuff, Tango. I've got a collection of those. But yeah, they seem to be going back to what a lot of people did like back in the days, and including expanding on what they launched last year, the Beatles range.
Yes, I did discuss that as well, because they're bringing out Beatles wagons, and also they brought out a Beatles train, the singles collection.
Yeah, the train pack.
Which is obviously 2 locos, and each carriage has got a different single on there, which I did say I'm going to purchase for late Nana Valley, in memory of her, because she loved the Beatles. So I will be purchasing that, but obviously not yet because of the prices. But maybe down the line it'll probably be pre-owned or whichever reduction.
It is a novelty. It is a novelty set.
Yeah.
It's not something. It's not prototypical.
I'm not sure if I'll actually run it. I think I'll just put it on a shelf as display.
Yeah.
Or may run it every now and then. But maybe with the technology these days, or good old Geoff down there, he can get me a sound code, and as it's driving around, and play the same Beatles tracks. Yeah,
that's an interesting one. That's something for you, possibly, Geoff.
Last time I done that, it was what's the name of it? For Craig.
Yes.
That
was the Dukes of Hazzard one, wasn't it?
Dukes of Hazzard, yeah.
Yeah, General Lee.
That'd be good.
That was an interesting, and that went obviously.
That did sell well.
Taking back to the MRYCG auction that we did for charity, prostate cancer research and rethink mental illness, wasn't it? And that did go really well. There was a bidding war on that one. A big bidding war on that. So yeah, Geoff, congratulations, obviously producing that. Someone out there is really pride of place, really, for that. Yep. One only.
Someone's jumping crossings in a 66 General Lee.
So let's straight away. Let's bring up the Hornby range. I've got computers galore around me, so we can have a look at the range. Is there any particular ones, Geoff, that you have got a fancy on in the new range?
No, I purposely haven't looked at the ranges from Hornby anywhere else, really. To be honest, I don't want to start spending. I've got more important things to do with money, but. The only thing I will be having when it does finally arrive, which should be within a couple of months now, and that is the Accurascale Deltic.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're in painting and packaging and everything else now, aren't they? So
yeah, that's what I mean. He's been waiting for that for a while, because I think he saw it at the Wally exhibition when he was there doing his own stall.
I was sorting through some old emails because Outlook was on my computer. It wouldn't accept any more emails because the file was too big, and I had to delete a load of old emails and empty some folders on there.
Yeah.
And I found the old emails, which are confirmation for the deposit I paid.
All right.
The pre-order.
Very important.
And for the TPE coaches. So I've just printed those off in case I lost them. But
yeah, I've still got TPEs.
2019.
Wow. Well, I'm just talking
April 2019 they were.
Just going on about the Deltic. Now, on Jenny Kirk's Monday Club channel, she does a Monday Club every Monday on her channel. Now, Jenny did feature in Series 1 as one of the interviews. If you haven't heard that, it's very interesting actually hearing the background of how she got involved in the model railways. But on her Monday Club show on her YouTube channel, she did actually have Accurascale interviewed with the guys at Accurascale. Yeah. I think it was Fran actually she was interviewing, and he did mention the Deltic, and he did actually have with him live on that show. So please do go check it out if you're interested. The final sample. Decorated sample of the Deltic. He said they were just doing some final tests and checks on it, and it does look impressive. He said that people will be impressed.
They look pretty good. When we saw the mock-up models, some of the shows, they look really, really good. And
obviously,
hopefully the sounds are going to match how good they look as well.
Yeah, I'm really, really interested in the sound that's going to come. Obviously, the Deltic itself, the real thing, it's got one big fat bass boom to it, really. I think it'd be.
I remember seeing a video from Accurascale on there, and he said, "Warning, headphone users beware." So apparently they are umping up the power of the sound.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing to look out for. Any ideas on what they've actually said now? Because I can't remember. Is it Q2 of this year?
No, it's the end of quarter one.
Oh, right, so as early as
Which
possibly...
is end of March, isn't it?
March, yeah.
I think
so
quarter
not
2 is
far.
the
Well,
TP coaches.
Right, that's where I'm getting
Yeah.
mistaken then, yeah.
Yeah, because like the end of quarter two will be the end of March. Quarter one, sorry.
Very interesting then. So if there's anybody out there that's listening in, let us know. Are you actually looking forward to... Have you got a pre-order for either the Deltic or the TPE coaches? I know you've got the pre-order.
I've got a pre-order, yeah, for
the coaches.
TPE, yeah.
They'll probably end up here.
No.
But yeah, if you're listening, let us know. Either get in touch with us by email at contact us at MRYCG.com. Let us know, or even go and join us on our social media accounts, either the Facebook group, the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube itself. We're everywhere.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there. We had Tinkle, maybe TikTok, we might be venturing out on that. But
Yeah.
you don't like that, do you?
No.
But I'm on TikTok myself, but
I have
a
a
lot
personal name for that, but I can't say that on live radio, I'm afraid.
But like I said, I've been on TikTok a while, obviously on my personal self, but there is quite a lot of model railways.
I have heard
garden
that.
railways. There's quite a lot of it on there. Obviously, I got him, but there was a guy on there who's live on TikTok, because obviously you can go live like you do with YouTube and StreamYard and things like that. So you can go live on TikTok. But again, it's one of them platforms where you get rewards, so people can send you roses, so you get like 0.1p. So you do get rewards out of it.
Monetized
as well. But then there's a guy on there, I don't know, I forgot his name. His real name's Jamie.
I know the guy you're on
And
about,
he was on there, and he was getting some abuse, because fair enough, yeah, it's not controlled on TikTok. And I started talking to him, private messaged him, and now he's a member of MRYCG. So
fantastic! Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoy your visit when you stay with us.
Definitely. So yeah, it's quite good there. So maybe for the younger generation, we could venture out onto TikTok, because I know the other admin, Craig, he was saying we could do like a video, one video a month, or a collection of modelers, members' videos and pictures, and put it out on TikTok or something like that.
Okay. Well, I'm just bringing up, actually, we just briefly talked about the Beatles set, so I'm just bringing up from the catalogue about the Hornby Beatles set. Now, I think this is actually quite a good price for a train pack, considering the climate, the way things are at the moment with the pricing. And that says it's expected summer 2022. £181.49p. Every penny counts.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. What do you get in this? So yes. Now I don't think. I think you mentioned, Stuart, there was two.
For that price, you'd want all the back albums, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one locomotive.
Oh, I swear the picture.
The picture shows two because
is it reversed?
On the opposite side, there's a different livery that's attached of the Beatles singles that were announced. Obviously, either side of the locomotive. The locomotive does have the famous faces, the famous four faces on them, and the wagons that come with them do have, how am I just counting now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles on each wagon, so that's 6, 20, 12, 24 singles are advertised across the two wagons that come with the pack.
That means then, if I wanted to do, say he was turning a train round, I could buy two, attach it, and it'll have both sides on it, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you can reverse them. Yeah.
Reverse them, that'll look well.
So yeah, it says. Oh, it's apparently it comes with four. One moment. One diesel locomotive, one dummy car, and 4 coaches.
Yeah,
so it does.
So it is. Two locos.
I stand corrected. So there is 2 wagons. Sorry, 2 locomotives, but one's a dummy locomotive.
Dummy loco, yeah.
So that is the full set. So it's actually 48 singles then are advertised across the 4 wagons. Fantastic stuff. That's definitely something on my radar.
Yes, it is. And with the dummy coach, is it actually going to be just a carriage with that body on, or is it going to be actually just removed motor?
Interesting stuff.
Because obviously you got the weight of it. Because if you got one loco pulling 5 carriages, it could be just another carriage with that body on.
Yeah, definitely. So that is, in my opinion, that is a worthwhile purchase if anyone's after that, because not only is it model railways, it's something to buy for your model layout, but it's also a historical item in itself for the Fab Four.
I'll tell you what, though, 48 singles?
There's 48 singles.
48 singles, so that's a big sound
only a
file.
snippet. That's only a little snippet.
So like I said, it was mentioned before about Geoff putting music on in the train, and you can do 30-second clips of each song, and as you do a full loop, depending on how big your layout is, you could do the whole album within like 2 minutes.
But yeah, excellent. That's definitely a worthwhile purchase of the new range that have been released. Now, I'm not gonna stick on this very much because you've already mentioned it. The TPE, the 800 sets, we've got. I think there's 3 different liveries that this is coming out in.
Yes.
The TPE is probably the most prominent set that people will look at. Again,
I don't know. I think no more go GWR.
one thing I did notice with the promo, I don't know if you've seen it as well, Jeff. All the stuff is obviously showing decorated samples of the products, but the TPE one was showing an actual photograph of the real thing and not a sample. Wonder why? Don't know why, but we'll see. Maybe one day they'll update with.
They've had a lot of samples at Accurascale, haven't they? Come back.
Yeah.
They'll probably photograph those samples as opposed to having the drawings.
Yeah, quite possibly. So looking at it, it's a 5-car set, a diesel-electric hybrid locomotive set. So you can, even if you haven't got overheads, you can still run it as a diesel train. It's the 802-2 5-car units, known as the Nova Ones. The Accurascale set, though, that comes. It's a 5-coach pack, so it's 4 coaches and a dummy.
DVT.
And then they obviously haven't got a locomotive with that. It's just a coach pack, isn't it? So you would include the Dapol 68 with that, presumably.
Yep. That's why everybody built them. I don't know if they're still actually out of stock because everybody snapped them up, didn't they?
No, I did speak to the guys at Accurascale, and the 5-car coach pack is still available to pre-order.
No, I meant the 68.
Oh, the 68. I think they were going to release another run of them just around Christmas. I don't know whether they did. I'd have to check up on that. But 68s, and they were going to come with new names as well.
Different
previously
names.
Been released. Which one have I got? I've got Keeley's.
I think mine's Destroyer.
Yeah, Keeley's Destroyer. You've got Brutus from the first edition, haven't you? Yeah, so there is quite a few out there, and I do know there's quite a few knocking about in the second-hand market, which is exploding at the moment with prices as well as the
products. Indeed. As I've found out, because obviously I'm selling a few bits, and we had a lot, didn't we? And we're like, oh, they're going up a bit.
Yeah, everything in the second. That's primarily, I think, a lot of it to do with these price increases of the new stuff. So the second-hand market is rocketing as well. But yeah, £502.49 for the 800 set. It's a bit steep.
Yeah, but like say if it's a 5-car, you're roughly paying £100 a car.
One being a locomotive. I do believe, though, from what people have said in the past, that the plastic's not particularly brilliant and the light bleed is very, very poor.
We've seen some pictures in the group with light bleeding.
It'd be interesting to know what people, when this does come available, what the condition of the light bleed issues are. Because I know Hornby have been trying to readdress that issue. Whether they do, whether they don't, I'm not sure. But because they had the issue with the APT, didn't they? Which we'll come on to very shortly. But is anybody out there, are they having or pre-ordering any of these 800 sets? I know the GWR is one of them.
Yep.
And they've also got some additional train packs that go with the GWR, from what I can believe. Is anyone getting the TPE set? Let us know. That would be interesting stuff. Right, let's moving on then. We've also got, remember, a little later on, we're going to be talking about exhibitions that are also available for you to go out to now, because we can get out there.
Yes.
It's a very, I'll just briefly go on exhibitions before we focus on it a lot later on. The most recent one, which would have been for us locally, it was going to be the Stafford one,
show,
which was due 5th and 6th of February, but unfortunately that, just before Christmas, was cancelled. But we had some great news.
Yep.
Because it's back.
It's back, yes.
But it's been moved to the, if I remember...
September, I think
September the 24th, 25th.
Yeah.
And I do believe that is now going to be its new permanent date. It's moved permanently to September.
You see, that's the only problem, because everything's bunching up by the end of the year. Like, for instance, Wally, that's November. Then you got September. Then you've got all the other shows. I know Jeff's down there. He's got Bourneville. I think that's around about August, September time. There's quite a lot going at the end of the year. And that's when it's going to be colder.
There's still some big ones at the beginning here, because you've got Motherwell Scotland coming
MRS,
soon, and you've got also Ali Pali's coming up as well. I think Motherwell Scotland's in about 3 weeks time.
Yes, it is. Yeah, because I was supposed to be on holiday that week, but holidays have been moved forward to the beginning of the month.
And from what I can gather, there's going to be a large influx of people that are going to be attending that.
I know Andy from Wally's going.
Yeah, I know Scale Model Scenery are attending.
Yep.
I know Westall Wagonettes are attending. I know there's loads attending.
Loads.
112 exhibitors. No, sorry, trade stands apparently. Wow. And I think, if I remember right from what I read, 56 layouts going to be on display.
It's going to be a good one.
So yeah.
Also, obviously, talking to Stafford, when you go, it's going to be a new room. They've expanded.
Yes, so that was supposed to be something that was going to be with this year's new exhibition. They were moving from the 3-hall showground to the all-inclusive 1-hall, which is brand new for the exhibition. So it's all going to be on one roof and in warmer enclosure as well.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It had a good layout. It's just obviously squeezing between the passageways between each one, but then it's got to be more open spaced.
I believe it's a much larger footfall of area for the exhibition to take place. So I was really looking forward to Stafford. I think the last one that MRYCG in itself actually attended was Stafford 2019, if you remember, just before everything went.
We did a 2019. We had a massive launch on a brand new tour board that's not toured. It's just sat here. Went, we can put this one on the logo. We'll do this with it, and then we're like, well, that's gathering dust now. Yeah,
well, it's pride of place. It's well protected. And it's attached to my loft room at the moment. So that we look
not on the front of a loco yet.
Not on the front of a loco yet, but watch this space.
Yes, definitely.
Watch this space. Let's have a look then. Going back, is anybody out there that might be listening? Please do get into the Sonnet Radio's Listener Lounge. If you don't know what it is, go to the website. This is sonnet.co.uk. You should be there. It may be if you're listening here right now. Register yourself for a Listener Lounge Listener Club account. Verify your email just to make sure you are a real person. And then once it's verified, you can log into the Listener Lounge. And you can be chatting with all us here live as we're on this show, the Off the Rails Series 2, Episode 1. So excited that it's back.
It's back, yes.
Right.
I like to say with this live format as well.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a lot of pressure off you and Rach because obviously on Series 1 you pre-record everything, chop it down, do this. The amount of bloopers for me, let alone in the bloopers reel, it was just mostly me. Obviously we can't do bloopers on air, but yeah, it's better.
We have released a bloopers show, which was released around this time last year because we didn't do anything.
There was that much to edit on it.
There's so much. If we
There's
did,
loads more.
We could probably fill 10 episodes of
with just me.
Yeah,
just me. I come in and say, right, we need to do a 13-second clip. 3 minutes later,
we've got bloopers from Geoff. We've got bloopers from all the guests that we had on as interviews.
You always get them from me.
But we do say if you want to go on the MRYCG YouTube and listen back to bloopers, there's parental content. You know what I mean? It's explicit.
Yeah, if you want to find all previous episodes of Series 1 and the bloopers and all the specials that we've done, please do check out the website MRYCG.com. Click on the tab saying Off the Rails Podcast, and the links are there to find and listen to those straight away. So please do enjoy that. We're going to get on with a song now. For those of you listening here live right now and on the Mixcloud for Sonnet Radio, you'll be able to hear the song. For those that are listening on the YouTube or social media platforms, this music will be excluded. So we're back again. Right, that was a great song. Right, so we're back to talking about all things Hornby and model railways related on the Off the Rails podcast, radio, redcast, whatever you want to call it, Stewie.
Radcast. I was just listening to that tune and taking me back to Severn Valley Railway with the coal embers in my hair on the trains.
Geoff is sniggering away.
Or the time I was sat in the pacer jumping up and down in the cabin. That was a good day.
We have MRYCG, we have been as MRYCG. We've been some places over the time. If you want to have a look at some of the videos on the MRYCG YouTube channel. A great little ride on a pacer, or the what line was it again? The Midland, wasn't it?
Midland Railway with Chris and Geoff, wasn't it?
That was superb. That was got to sit in the cab of the pacer, class 142. That is.
The thing is, though, it's like there's people out there that push, but we don't. We just basically got in a pacer, and he saw us film, and he goes, "Do you want to get in, pal?" I was like, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But it's pretty good. And obviously, we thank everybody for the experiences, because as, like I say, Jason's the main founder. We're like co-founders and all that, but we're not in this for profit or anything like that. We do this. No. So anything...
By the community, for the community.
Yes, yeah. So
that's what we are. We are modelers just like everybody else, just bringing something a little bit where people can like get involved and just make new friends, enjoy the hobby as a whole. Getting us back then to the Hornby 2022 range, and we've spoken about a few things already. There's loads. This was absolutely a huge range that was released this year from Hornby, and probably the biggest was finally the APT.
Yes, and I don't know if you've seen, the APT's brought someone out of the woods.
I have seen that. A local lad.
Yeah.
Who's appeared out from dust.
Oh yeah, where did he come from? He's still wearing the same shorts.
And that is, yeah, he's still wearing the same shorts. But always a different pair of trainers.
Yes.
Always a different pair of trainers. He does love his trainers.
If you don't know who we're on about Will, IC82.
Yep, indeed it is. Local lad to herself, literally just a stone's throw away.
See his house from here, just through there.
Yeah, it's just over there. Over some trees over there. So Will, if you're listening over there, if you can hear us, come and join us. Yeah. Maybe we could get him on the show one day.
Yeah.
So, Will, if you're listening, you would like to come and join us on the show one day in the future, then please do get in touch. In fact, I might give him a bit of a message.
Give him a nudge.
Yeah. I haven't spoken to him for a while, so left him because he's been through a few ups and downs, and if you want to know more about that, then check out the IC82 YouTube channel on YouTube, obviously. Yes. But yeah, he popped up out of nowhere, unexpected.
Just a guy in a conservatory with trainers, shorts, and a pack of APT in his hand,
and an MRYCG van in the background.
Yeah, you really got to zoom in to see that. I'm quite proud of that. We give him that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that was given to him when we visited.
First ever MRYCG meet at DRS Day.
That was right. Going back some years.
That is,
some time.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable because we had Matty that won the T-shirt, so his first ever MRYCG T-shirt.
Yeah,
it was nursing my new knee at that.
yeah, but it was a great day out.
Yeah, that was exclusively produced by Jumble Lane Printing. That's Geoff, obviously.
Yep.
He does his T-shirts. He does all the merchandise for the MRYCG group, including coasters, bottle openers, maps, mugs, key rings,
cuddly toys,
back scenes as well. Great stuff. So again, Jeff, thank you very much for
call me what you like.
Saying good afternoon, good evening, good night.
And that merchandise is available to find on our website, MRYCG.com. Just look under the merchandise tab. Excuse me. So yeah, back to the APT. It's finally been announced that it's coming out. It's coming out. I'm looking at it now, and it's saying on one of them summer 2022, and the other one's saying autumn 2022. Why? That's the question. I see. One is saying the 5-car set, and that's the summer 2022, and autumn is the 7-car set. Presumably, if you put the 2-car sets together, you get 11-car set. I don't know. Or they come with. It's an expensive hobby. Tell you that now.
Well, what was the longest APT?
12.
Nice.
And it was. If you watch the promotional videos, which are available to find across social media, of the APD test runs, obviously where everyone, funny enough, was sick.
Yep.
But that was due to a few too many. We won't go any further on that one.
It was feeding everybody, and it was getting seasick, wasn't it? Because it wasn't used to leading over.
Yeah, you still get it to this day. Some people still get seasick and all that lot on the Pendolinos because it's using the exact same technology as the APT, which was produced in the 70s. So, questions. But yeah, I won't say the. No, that's the. I was going to say something then. That's to do with the HST. I won't say his name either, due to reasons beyond the railways. The Intercity APT. It is obviously on display here at the Heritage Centre in Crewe. I was on about the amount of coaches. When it was first prototype tested, it was ran as a 12-car set.
That's a long train.
It is a really long train. It has 2 power cars on it, so you can't. That's something if you're in the back end of the train, you can't get to the front end of the train because you've got to go through the engines. Which obviously there's 2 engines. Now there's 2 engines in case one fails, because it doesn't need. With the HST, the engines are in either end of the power cars, so you can get all the way along the train. But the APT was split. You couldn't travel from one end of the train to the other. In my opinion, I think that was a little bit of a poor design work because people like to walk along a train interior.
Well, it's not really an inconvenience because they still do it now. It's like when they hook up 2 HSTs or 2, you have to still get out to get in.
2 800s.
When they split, you have to, I'm on the wrong half here.
Yeah,
get
2
out.
Voyages, they do that, I suppose, to this day. But that was it wasn't a splittable set.
Yeah.
It was a full set. Tested on a 12 coach set, but was reduced down to 11. And if I'm serving me right, but I'm sure people will probably provide me wrong on this one, but from my own personal looking at that, it was reduced down to 11 because platforms couldn't accommodate 12.
Yes, I think that was the issue, was it the accommodation?
Yeah. Back in the 70s, platforms in stations were not as big as they are to this day.
Yeah.
You could easily fit, 15, 18 coaches on major station platforms these days. So it would have been fine, but back in then, platforms weren't as long, so it did struggle. But I might be wrong. I might be partially right.
Today, though, where you get some train rides you go on, they say you've got to move up. If you want to get off at this station, you've got to move up.
Winsford's zone 1.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's a lot of that is to do with the 350s, things like that, where they're like a 2 4-car set that are together. You can travel between the 2 sets. But if you want to get off at a certain station, you have to be either at the front or the rear of the train because that's the part. It'll more likely be the front of the train because that's the only bit that will actually stop on the platform.
It's like that at Winsford because it's the Liverpool line.
That's right.
And when you get off at Winsford, it says, "Please be if you want to depart from the station, please be at the front end car."
Yeah, and I know Simon of Simon's Model Railway Showcase on YouTube. He travels quite frequently on the 350s, and he does mention that a lot on his channel about that. He Tannoy announcements that when he's coming into a station, he has to make sure he's on a particular part of the train to get off at that particular station. So yeah, it's like you say, Geoff, it does happen to this day. 350s, you can get between the 2 4-car sets, but if you're on a Voyager.
Yeah.
And it's a double Voyager set, which do come from along the Chester line, and they do come from the Liverpool line through Crewe here. Some of the stations, you have got to make sure you're on the right
train
part of that train, otherwise you are not getting off
is
it.
Is the 350s the one where the corridor is in the middle of the driver's cab?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. 350s, 450s.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
That looks really awful.
It is. But it's been that sort of connection between trains has been quite prominent for a lot of times. You go back, you've got the 150s, the
158s,
the 158s, the 156s, all the super sprinters and stuff like that. They all have the centre corridors in between the cabs on those. So it's been going around for quite some time. So yeah, but obviously you could get between.
Imagine though, on the APT, and if you did walk through the engine, how warm that'd be going through the engine.
It'd be noisy as well.
Yeah, because there was a corridor obviously for the service for the conductors and everything, but obviously
for the staff.
Not public use because going through there would be sweating, noisy, especially at full pat.
I've been through the one that's currently I've been through both of them actually now because they've got 2 power cars at Crewe. I've been through them, and I know the separate power car is set to be on display so the public can actually go through it to have a look. It's obviously it won't be running; it'll be sat idle. But it's I can see earmuff material.
Yeah,
it would be extremely noisy, even though it's electric. There'd still be a lot of noise in there and a lot of heat as well.
Yeah. That's what we just out for safety. If you walk back a cabinet and it goes bang.
And if you're as tall as me, I'm 6'3". It's like,
or if you're as wide as me,
it's not very. There's not much room.
No.
It's like shoulder width. The corridors are so. Yeah, if you have a certain size or width, as with Stuart and myself, it would be quite difficult to get through them. So, would have been interesting to see the portfolio of requirements to work on it.
Yeah.
So go through that corridor. So APT then by Hornby. Let's have a look then at the 5-car set, which is there 477.99, quite steep, but it does come with a lot of stuff that's different. I've got the original edition that Hornby did. This was the re-release, the revamped, up-to-date version, digital one, as it is today, with all the lights,
all brand new tooling.
Yeah, because I was the scanning of this took place, obviously, of the Crew set. So this is actually based on the one that's at Crew as well. So it's a big set. Just have a look there. They're actually showing. I'm just going to read this now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's showing 14 cars on that set, actually.
Wow.
So 12.
It's a big layout.
That would, if I had that entire set, it would literally
nose probably.
It would cover half of my layout probably.
Yeah.
Is there anyone out there looking, or even got already the full available? Or I know obviously you're not going to get the full set. Or you're going to get, or you're having the full set. What sort of size of APT are you looking at having or got? And have you had any issues with it? Is it a great runner? Let us know. I'm just having a look, check anyone's in the listening lounge at the moment at Sonnet Radio. If you want to have your say live and we can mention you on the show tonight, get in touch with us via the listening lounge at Sonnet Radio. No one in there at the moment, but thank you very much if you are listening, wherever you might be. Just having a look, yes. So, APT then. Let's have a look at what the specs are for this. Let's see what's on the inside, it says. What's on the inside?
Plastic.
A lot of plastic. So yes, APT, the Advanced Passenger Train, remembered by many as one of the British Rail's greatest embarrassments.
Yeah, because it only run once, didn't it? Is it only just that test run it ever ran?
It never actually, from what I can gather, it never actually ran a full successful run.
No.
It did have
well,
a few
I said to you over a few years, this one in Crew, would it ever move? And you said no, because the wheels are flat.
Yeah, they are.
Not literally, it's not got tyres. I'm just saying that because it's sat there for so long, the metal's gone straight.
The great chap that obviously looks after the APTs, he's an absolutely great chap, Brian Porter. He's in charge of the restoration and the looking after the APT. Know him quite well, and he said that it would never ever move from there unless it was picked up by a crane.
Or towed.
Well, they wouldn't even be towed away because, like I say, the wheels are flat.
Oh, did that bad?
They are
You
bad.
can't even tow it.
No, it won't move at all. The axles are seized as well, everything. But it does tilt still.
Yeah, you've been on. I've not had the tilt.
Yeah, I have tried, and it is odd. It's not like a Pendolino tilt because it's a mechanical tilt, which is operated by servos underneath, and it's computer operated to tilt instead of just tilting via gravity, which I think the Pendolino operates via. There is some technical involvements in that as well, but not on the scale that the APT operated on. So yeah, it's quite interesting. And the one at the first APT had its own code of APTP, which stood for prototype, and that is completely different from the one that's at Crow.
It's mad.
The prototype.
It's a lovely looking one, though, isn't it?
It is. I think. Am I right? Is that at York?
Yes, I think it is.
It's at York. I might be wrong. I'm just taking that from personal preference. Personal remembering.
APTE, wasn't it?
No, the APTP. The one at Crew is the APT. Oh no, sorry, I might be wrong. APTE stands for experimental, which is they've got the open roll cages coaches, I think. So it might be the P that's at Crew actually. I'm just looking at it. Operated passenger service between 83 and 85. Ultimately, the complexity and the cost of the unreliable APT saw it being then replaced by the simpler and more considerably cheaper IC125 HST program Class 43s. But lessons I've learned were incorporated into the program, and later the tilting Alstom Pendolino trains still operating on the West Coast Main Line indeed used the same technology born from the APT, which is really interesting, really, because that's British engineering at its best, in my opinion.
That's the one you're on about.
Let's have a look. Yes.
Yeah, it is at York. Yeah.
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 Thank you very much. And they are that is available. That's Rapido. Was it Rapido Trains that
Yes,
did that?
Rapido. Yeah, because
That's the turbine version.
Yeah, Jan's got it.
That's right. Yeah, and
AY76.
I do know that there's open cage coaches that go with that when they did the real tests of it running. So, but that's not in that actual set. I don't even think anyone's produced them, to be honest.
I don't know.
Interesting to have a look at. Right, let's move on swiftly then. Let's have a look. What else is in this range? That obviously the APT. That was the 5-car set we just talked about. That was at $477.99. What do you think about the price on that, guys?
It's cheaper than 800.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It is, but it's still expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. I've noticed as well a lot of people are selling the original ones.
They have skyrocketed in price as well.
Because I'm going to buy an original APT because I just want to do what the crew's done. I just want to leave it on the side and just do a replica of the crew heritage.
There's 2 versions of the original, though, produced by Hornby.
So I'll have to find one.
One I've got is the Mark 1 version, which is the full yellow front ends.
Yeah.
And the Mark 2 has got the black bandana, which you can get. I'm not sure how you get the difference, but the bandana is. I've seen it on people's packs that they bought. So I'm not sure how you get the differences between the two. But the one that's showing on the website is the full yellow ends.
Just use a Sharpie.
No, you wouldn't do that on such expensive models. And the 7-car set is going to be retailing. That's available in autumn, apparently, of $586.99. So that's a lot more, but you get.
So it must have a different coach with it waiting for another production of coach.
The 7-car set comes with the 2 power cars.
So why is it taking longer when they just give you another power car?
Unsure. Something to look into. Right, so there's a lot. I'm just briefly looking through. So obviously we did say we're just going to briefly scan through this because there's lots of other things to talk about as well as the Hornby range. There's a lot of new train packs. There's one. I'm not going to talk too much about that one.
It's
but
the one
Stuart
Jason
would like to.
It's the one Jason needs to buy because it's DB. It's the DB pack.
It's the Red Rover train set. Yes. I think this is actually. It comes at $189.99, which is quite a lot for what you get because it's a railroad edition train and wagons.
Yes. So I reckon from now on every live show we need to do #Red Rover.
Can we get to the bottom of your dislike to DB?
Yeah, why is it?
Is it because, and I've always said this, is that when you look at a model, DB model, it looks cheap, plasticky red.
Yes.
It doesn't look like the normal sort of finish you get on other locos, irrespective of whatever livery they've got. The red livery just looks like cheap plastic.
It does. I don't think the red on the models suits them locomotives because it's not as you said, Geoff. It's not the same red, in my opinion, from the actual loco red. But I don't think all over red suits locomotives. That's how I don't like it. The EWS
Virgin. That was mostly
red. It's a different red, and it's not all over red. It's split.
EWS is a sickly red, though, isn't it?
EWS is burgundy. It's not red. I'm okay with the EWS colours. Yeah. I think that was obviously EWS is different company, but DB took it over. I think it's okay. I do have some EWS stock. Mm-hmm. I have kept some of that because I do actually think it looks okay, especially on the wagons and stuff like that. But the DB, it's too bright, it's too vibrant for especially the models, like you say. I think the red.
So he's in wearing a red T-shirt.
Yeah. For those of you on radio, obviously you can't. We're on video chat to discuss all this, and they can. We're seeing each other. I am wearing a red T-shirt, yes, but it's not that red, so that's fine by me, and it doesn't say anything DB on it. But that's why I personally don't like DB.
What would happen if they DB sponsored them? You won't wear you'd be still wearing a T-shirt, wouldn't you?
Say no more. But yeah, the Red Rover by Hornby. I'm choking now after that. Let's have a look what's inside.
Wouldn't
One locomotive, which is the class
60, isn't it?
Is it class 60? Yes, I think it is. Which again is not a locomotive I'm a big fan of.
No.
I don't like the flat front end on those. 3 amounts of rolling stock and 6 times track and accessories. Not really much more information on that.
It's a little starter thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a starter set, $189.99 from Hornby. But let's have a look. There's the wagons.
It's mostly container flat. They got a container flat tanker.
It's obviously a freight set.
Yeah.
But I'm talking of freight set, and I brought this up. Does anyone remember the Midnight? Was it called the Midnight Rail? Which was a class 58. The old Hornby freight set used to get back in the 80s and 90s. You don't remember that?
No. I know I've got a 58, but I don't remember the set.
That's where the class 58 came from. That particular set.
Yeah, it was a midnight runner or something like that.
Midnight Rail, I think it was called, something like that. But please let us know.
That's a good friend. Let's have a look.
It was a good set, and in my opinion, that set, it was a better condition set than the sets today. Although they were still relatively just all plastic, the product was much sturdy, strong than it is probably to this day, because the plastics changed over the days, and issues on light bleed. You didn't really get anything of that back in the 80s and 90s. It was obviously lighting wasn't LED, so it wasn't as bright. It was all done by incandescent bulbs. But now they're using LEDs. There's a lot more brightness from these bulbs, LED bulbs, that you're gonna get a lot more of this light bleed. Does anybody out there listening? Do you have any?
Yeah, but you can control all that, can't you? You can control the brightness of the LEDs for one.
That's no problem. Yeah.
And you can control the light bleed. All you got to do is make sure that you've built them properly. I'm sorry, Hornby, but that's just down to it.
Yes.
Who else has that problem?
Yeah, I'd like to know, anyone out there listening now, do you have any issues from any products, but from any manufacturers, and notice any differences on light bleed from the lighting on your locomotives and stuff like that?
I make things that have got LEDs in them or displays in them, and you get light bleed unless you do something about it.
There we go. Stuart's just found out it's called the Midnight Freight Edition by Hornby. Look at what you get in there.
I know, and there's currently one on a local auction site. £120 plus postage.
Show that to Geoff if you can see it. Look at the amount of stuff
you get loads in it.
Yeah.
And do you know how much that was set? In fact, that set there is showing on purchasing site £120.
Yeah.
That's roughly. I remember it was about, when it first came out, about £90 that was for that.
It was released in 1994.
Yeah, right, mid-90s. The amount of stuff you used to get, how many
well, going through the pictures,
you get
let me just go on back to the picture.
So obviously with the new, that roving rover set, you only get 3 lots of rolling stock. Just briefly, catching up, good evening to Timo. And Ryan joining us in the listener lounge at Sonnet Radio. I'm here finally, Timo says, worse than Dapple's warranty claim to get in. And Ryan said, took me some time to sign up, but no problem. Great that you're finally with us, and please let us know what you think about some of the stories we're talking to about today.
Yeah, it was quite, looking at the pictures, quite a mixture of freight, because it's all, you have the red arrows.
In fact, actually, just talking about that, some of that novelty fleet that we were talking about earlier.
Yes, it's coming. So you had a red arrows wagon, you've got, I can't make out that one, but you had SO.
Mighty, oh right, that one's Mighty White.
Yeah,
that was the red arrows.
Mighty White.
Other bread is available.
SO, then you had they're very hopper.
A hopper, that's a HAA.
HAA hopper. But the best thing is what gets me. Look at the plug on that.
Oh, that's a good old trusty Hornby adapter, that one.
Oh, it's lovely.
They were better then than they are today.
And it comes with a canopy, loading ramp. So you have a loading ramp and everything. So yeah, it's like I say, currently going about £120 on auction sites.
To me, I would rather purchase that than purchase that Red Rover set.
Yeah.
It just shows that you get a lot more money for your money by buying the stuff that was back in the day. So yeah, that is the Red Rover set. I think it's a little bit OTT on the price. What do you guys think, listening out there? Let us know. $189.99 for a Railroad Edition Class 60 and 3 lots of rolling stock and your standard oval track.
Yeah, just looking on the content here, it says you come with a Class 58 diesel electric, which was 58048, a BR mineral wagon, a flat wagon with car, BR rail freight ventilated van, a Regent tank wagon, a Cox Brothers Circuits closed van, a BP petrol tank wagon, a bulk grain hopper, and an MGR hopper wagon.
There you go.
All in that, as well as your track, your anything else.
So that's so much more that you used to get for less money.
Definitely, yeah. So it's released in 1994. So I was
Ryan is just saying, are any of you lot going to Model Rail Scotland? I'm not. Don't think you are, Stu?
No, I was, but I had to change my holiday at work.
And Jeff, no plans for Model Rail Scotland? So unfortunately, none of us three, but is there anybody else out there that is actually going to Model Rail Scotland?
Not enough, anyway.
Let us know, indeed. Right, we're coming up to the top of the hour, so we're going to crack on with another song. Remember, this is the Off the Rails podcast with MRYCG Radiocast, or Radcast as Stuart likes to call it. The music that's going to be in throughout this live show is available on the Sonnet Radio Mixcloud, but the music will be excluded on other platforms. So let's get on with another track to take us up to the top of the hour of hour one, and we'll see you straight after this. So, welcome back to Off the Rails podcast part 2. This is second hour of the show. We're here till 6 o'clock. And thank you for joining us, sticking with us until now. We've just been discussing some of the Hornby range from the 2022. We're going to discuss a bit more about those in a moment. But I think it's about time we let people know about some of the exhibitions that are coming up later on this month. So I have got here, and I'm going to unplug this.
But the best thing is now, since the announcement from the 27th of January, you no longer need passports, or you can well, it's down to yourself whether you wear a mask or not. So with people like that, they put off really on the exhibition scene.
Yeah, it did. A lot of it did, yeah. Good evening to Timo. He's saying, great show, guys. Really enjoying it. Thank you very much. Thank you indeed. And thank you for sticking with us. I'll say we're here till 6. So Stuart's going to go give us a rundown of some of the exhibitions that are still registered as taking place throughout February. Because, it's the 29th of January today already.
Yes, flying by.
It's flying by, isn't it, this month?
The longest month for payday. It's ridiculous.
So let's, we'll also, Jeff, I'll just quickly bring Jeff back in and just ask him, Jeff, have you got any plans for any exhibitions coming up in the next 30 days or so?
No. I've stopped at the moment doing the exhibitions because of things happening and changing.
Yeah.
I might return to doing the t-shirt, mug and accessory printing live at the exhibitions, if time is available.
Right, yeah.
It all depends on what happens, because basically I'll end up with 3 jobs.
And there's already not enough hours in the day for you.
There's not enough time. I mean, last night it was 1:45 when I finally went to bed, and I was up at 4:30, 4:45.
Crikey.
And it's basically, I'm up at 4 o'clock every morning anyway.
That's the only problem with Jeff. He never says no. When we did that first ever, when he did his first ever exhibition, it was at Whalley, and he was printing left, right, and centre. He was doing clocks. He was doing mugs, slates, t-shirt.
It's like an episode of the Generation Game.
It was just constant on the go. And luckily enough, by halfway through the second day, we managed to get a progress going. I was like, right, do this, do that, yes. So yeah, it's it's hard work.
So we're going to give you that rundown then of what exhibitions are listed as still taking place throughout February, and they come courtesy of the ukmodelshop.co.uk/exhibition listings, and you can get access to that via the MRYCG website, mrycg.com. Click on the Model Railways Online tab. So, over to you, Stu.
So, the first one I've got here is something that will probably benefit a lot of people. If you've got a layout that's not built yet, not pointing at myself, but and you have loads of locos, well, down south, down the Greater London area, Hillingdon Model Railways are doing a test track open day. So you can bring down your O gauge, double O gauge, or N gauge locos and trains to run on our club's 3 separate test tracks. DC and DCC are available, but no live steam. So no, you can't have any live steam there. Please note, this is not an exhibition, but a good opportunity to meet fellow friendly modelers, chat and test out your models. Expert help is on hand from knowledgeable clubs members. If you have any problems with your models, you can take it down there. Refreshments will be available all day. So this is on Saturday the 5th of February. So if you're down south that way, you just want to give your locals a good run, or you want to test something, or any wiring issues, or anything problems, just pop down to there. It doesn't say any admin cost or anything, but it says nearest station is West Drayton. Local bus services are 222, 350, U1, U3, and U5.
What about U2? That's a band.
Yeah. Apparently U2 goes down somewhere with streets with no name.
Oh, God. Yeah, music reference there. So let's have a look further down. There's quite a few that are showing it as cancelled. Obviously, the Stafford one we definitely know is cancelled, but that is not necessarily cancelled. It's been rescheduled now to
that
September.
One there that's cancelled. That's normally a popular one on the 12th. Blackpool and North Flint.
Oh, yes, indeed.
That's quite a popular one, that one.
Yeah, you're very right.
So hopefully they may rearrange it later on in the year.
Next one showing then as are available.
Yes, the next one after that is the 12th and 13th of February, Saturday and Sunday, the Warner's exhibition.
It's Donny.
Festival of British Railway Modelling.
Yeah, down Donny.
Good old Donny. Everything's southish. So yes, we've got Doncaster Exhibition Centre, Ledgerway, Doncaster, South Yorkshire, organised by Team Behind, BRM Magazine, RM Web, and the World of Railways website. The Doncaster Show is considered to be one of the UK's leading model railway exhibitions. All layouts are selected by BRM team and a vast array of exhibitors, including specialist manufacturers and leading retailers. So
that's a biggie.
That's going to be a biggie, Donny Show. So obviously you'll probably see the usual Hattons, Hornby, if it's a big one, Scale Model Scenery, maybe West Hill Wagon Works.
I think he is going.
He's going, Donny. So yeah, it'll be a big thing, and obviously, possibly as well, you'll see some MRYCG members there as well. Same weekend as well. This one's a bit lower south. It's in cider country.
A bit lower south. How low can you get than south?
You got Land's End. That's the lowest to south.
I don't think they're going to have an exhibition there.
Anyway, talking of our fellow cider drinkers, down in Somerset, the Gartel Light Railway Common Lane is the Cale Rail and Cartel Light Railway. The 16th Model Railway Exhibition. So they've been doing for 16 years.
That's the 12th and 13th of Feb.
Same month, same weekend as Donny. Yeah. So if it depends where you are, that's there.
One there also for West Sussex on the same 13th of Feb.
That one is the Grange Community Association, the 39th Annual Modellers Exhibition. This is the 30th. Hang on. It says 39th, but then he said this is the 38th. They must have skipped a year.
Slight misprint there, I think.
Could have skipped a year. Yeah. So yes, that's on Sunday the 13th. Then 2 days later, Tuesday the 15th, we've got the Beckenham and West Wickham Model. Some of these are hard to say. Model Railway Club free open day. Yes, that's the big word. Free. This is at St Church's Hall in Kent. That's
it says prospective. It's a free open day for prospective new members that are welcome.
So it's similar to the Wally open days. So it's pretty good there. Next one after that is the 19th of Feb, Saturday, the Gosport Model Railroad Club public running meet and mini exhibition. This one's down at the St Mary's Parish Centre in Hampshire, Gosport. So they are a small little friendly club there. Again, So the Saturday the 19th, the Harrogate Model Railway Group annual exhibition. So that's the Harrogate one. Our first exhibition at this venue, so it's a larger area.
Ooh.
So that's another else.
Is anybody listening out there, you're planning on going to any exhibitions that we may be mentioning tonight? Or if you've got any other exhibitions that are not mentioning tonight from this list, let us know. I know Ryan has said they've decided, I think that they're going to Model Rail Scotland.
Lovely. But I have noticed as well, obviously due to lockdown, and obviously you can tell by Hornby's figures, that a lot of people have returned to the hobby because they've had the spare time and fitting it.
Definitely.
Then we've had the TV shows, documentaries, all on there. So it has made it. So this is good because obviously the exhibitions are getting bigger, more people are attending. So it's good. It's good for the model community. But like we said, we need to keep that younger generation interested as well. They are
the future of the hobby at the end of the day.
Definitely. So we're back on this one. 19th again, Saturday 19th is the Risborough and District Model Railway Club RISX 2022 Model Railway Exhibition. Featuring local layouts, trade support and demonstrations. Light refreshments also available. That one is at the Community Centre in Buckinghamshire. Risborough. Same again, same day. Saffron Walden Model Club is the mini railway exhibition at the United Reformed Church Hall in Essex. Like I say, most of them are down south.
Saffron Walden, Essex, yeah. And then another, there's quite a few. That one's not taken. New entry just added, actually. It's,
they didn't tell us about that.
Sunday, I'm going to say, that's definitely February, isn't it? Let me just clarify that. Yeah, we are looking on the February 2022. Worley. This is an interesting one. It's just been added today, apparently. Worley Model Railway Club are having a Worley Winter Open Day.
Do you know about this one, Jeff?
Nope.
No, first I've heard of it as well.
We're members. We didn't know
it. Obviously, at Unit on Purcell Drive, Albury, West Midlands. Visit the Worley Model Railway Club at home with layouts from N to O gauge.
Let me just get my contact list out.
I think it says something about having something in the future anyway.
Yes, that's listed for being on Sunday the 20th of February.
Strange. Yes, so was that Sunday the 20th of Feb. Then after that, the 25th, 27th, so Friday to Sunday, we had the Association of Model Societies in Scotland, which is also known as MRS, Model Rail Scotland. This obviously the Scottish Event Campus, Exhibition Way in Glasgow, so obviously everybody knows about that. It said there's going to be over 50 layouts, free exhibition guide upon entry, 150 exhibition stands, blah, blah, and a lot more.
Lots of that. So that's probably the biggest one of the month, really.
Yeah. Same weekend, the Saturday 26th, you're looking at the Merseyside and South West Lancs NG Group Open Day. That's going to be at the Corpus Christi Church Hall in Merseyside, Rainford. So something a bit up north. Well, we've gone from extreme south to extreme up north. So that is on there. Same weekend again, Saturday 26th. Oh no, wrong one. No, that's cancelled. Let's go down to that one. 26th, 27th is a Nottingham Model Railway Society Spring Show. Getting in the middle now.
Yeah.
The middle. The Highbank Community Centre, Farnborough, Clifton. So that's going to be a great spring show there. Next one is...
And the last one on the list, yes. Sunday the 27th, Ilkeston.
Yeah, Woodstein Model Railway 19th Annual Exhibition at the Hena Miners Welfare, Ilkeston Road. That's just up road from you, isn't it, Jeff?
No, that's near
West
Hill.
Yeah, West Hill.
Ilkeston's Derbyshire.
That's where we went to see... what's his name?
Malk's Models.
Oh, Malk's Model, yeah.
Yes, where Malk's Models is.
So it's that way.
In Derbyshire.
Way, yeah. So yeah, we're in mid-range again. So
and
that's mostly for
That's your
February.
list for February. Lots going on, and presumably there is a lot in that list that's showing as cancelled. But fingers crossed, we hope to see that list of cancelled becoming less and less as the months go by. So next month we'll be having a look at what is going to be coming up in March. So that is your February exhibition listing for model railways around the UK. All courtesy of the ukmodelshops.co.uk. I've just remembered a few things that we need to be doing. Can you remember, guys?
No.
You must be able to remember. Jeff, can you remember the certain things we need to be doing throughout the show?
Play some music.
as well as playing some music, we need to do these.
Do you want to get involved with MRYCG? Then why not check us out on the official Facebook page group? Just search MRYCG Model Railway YouTube Community Group.
Thank you very much, Craig, for informing everybody about that. Yes, we are the MRYCG Off the Rails podcast. This is episode 1 of the all-new Series 2. Hope you're enjoying it so far, as Timo was saying. And if you want to speak to us live during these episodes, which are broadcast on the last Saturday of every month here on Sonnet Radio, they will be available to listen again on the Sonnet Radio Mixcloud with the music, and without the music, that is excluded, on our social media platforms and via our website too. Anyway, so moving on, what do you want to go back to, briefly go back to the Hornby range, if I can just get the tab over there and bring it back.
That Red Rover.
Oh, he's on about that Red Rover again, yes. Hey, so a lot of new HSTs being announced.
A lot of liveries.
Including this one, which is a livery I am not actually a fan on. I don't think it hasn't got much of... Yeah, it's just Stuart's just seen the price.
Is that just for one car?
I don't know. Let's have a look. What's inside?
Oh, 2. Let you off.
It's a power car and a dummy.
Power car set, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to just tell the listeners, Stuart, what the price is of this? Pre-ordering, available, expected summer 2022.
It's a HST, the Rail Adventure, £362 and 99 pence.
Yeah, that penny matter's not making it 363.
Yeah. It's a 2-car set.
It's just 2. It's the dummy and the power car. They are the buffer edition HST.
Yes. I think what's put you off on it as well is that nose cone. It looks weird.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of buffers on some of the HSTs, especially like the Grand Central set. They're on there, and obviously the network measurement train, they have the buffers on them as well, or some of them. But this particular livery by the Rail Adventure, I'm not a fan of it.
It's a bit weird because back in the day during the lockdown, when we had the major lockdown, I think they got bored and just painted anything.
Talking about, there's a lot of these. What is it with liveries these days? There's just different liveries springing up left, right, and centre.
It's
on
like
these trains,
when I was doing my weekly Facebook Friday thing. Every week there was a new livery out.
I know.
There was a purple one, wasn't there? A purple HST they threw out somewhere.
Yes, there is. That's the East Midlands Railway.
Yeah, they were just every week there was a new HST. I think it was the same one. He just peeled it off and started again. But yeah, they did all sorts. There was some nice ones.
Question for you listeners out there: what's your favourite livery of HST across
Virgin.
all the decades?
Virgin.
Yours is the Virgin. What about you, Geoff? What's your favourite livery?
The BR Blue, they're just a
Traditional
normal,
BR Blue
livery.
Probably for me is the Intercity Executive livery.
Yes, which they did do. They've redone
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
I do.
Done the executive.
But if certainly BR Blue, it's the traditional original livery from them, and it's British Rail. At the end of the day, it's the first. I would go with that, but my executive Intercity livery is probably my old
Saying that,
Swallow
though,
livery.
I've got the GWR green one.
I like it, but I think it's a bit too. There's too much green.
It's all green.
Exactly, it's a bit too much.
Well, it's like
it's a shiny green. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
It was like what you were like. You were a bit about it. The Pullman,
The blue
the
Pullman.
white, the white bandanaed one.
Yeah, when they first announced that from the guys here, Locomotive Services Limited, great bunch of guys down there, bringing some fantastic trains back onto the mainline railways. Hats off to you guys. A big shout out from us here at MRYCG. They've brought an HST set as the in memory of the original blue Pullman.
Yeah.
When it was first launched, it didn't have the bandana on it.
No.
And I was like, don't like it.
Yeah.
Do not like it. But then they altered it and put the white bandana across the driver's cab windows. And I think it actually looks okay now.
Looks better.
It's just that one little thing changed it.
But then, like I say, you've got, like I say, I like the Virgin, but then there's the more famous HST.
Go on.
Flying Banana.
Yeah, the network measurement train.
Yeah, soon that's a rare sight. Soon you see that, and it's expensive in the model world as well.
Very, very. And you'll see there's quite a few of them knocking about, and a lot of them are using the old Virgin Trains East Coast Mainline liveried power cars and dummies at the moment. And I've seen that one, which what they call a banana with a cherry on the top.
Yep.
The red ones, red power cars on the network measurement trains. Timo's just said, has anyone heard about the HSTs going on freight?
Yes,
livery has to be BR Blue or Barbie. That'll be the first group Barbie livery, then I take it. That's interesting.
That's
because they were obviously 100% built for passenger.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be odd seeing those on freight. If that's
It'll make it more aerodynamic with the containers.
Yeah.
But it'd be weird,
Is
wouldn't
it though?
Would they have to top and tail though with freight? And if they did do that on freight, then they'd have to take one of the power cars off, wouldn't they? To change freight containers every so often.
Yeah. It'll look weird.
I'll be interested to
hear. The coaches, you've got a connection between the power cars, haven't you? At the front and the back.
Yeah, obviously.
Which goes through the coaches.
That's right.
That
That's
doesn't
not
go
available
through freight wagons.
No, totally true. Interesting.
Weird.
How will they work that if that is going to be the case? Thanks for letting us know, Timo, on that. Apparently, Timo says Australia. Yes, because Australia have got HSTs. They've got the orange ones, haven't they? They're class 1. There's a different name to those. Ours are class 43s.
Yeah.
But theirs are slightly different. They're not intercity 125s. I think they're called. Are they 225s because they go on the kilometres? No, ours are the 225s, aren't they? The class 90s, 91s. But I know Australia, they've got HSTs, but they're in the Australian livery. And I think most of those have got the buffer sets as well. So, yeah, that'd be interesting. What's the thought that's going to be on freight? Yeah, I'm interested.
Weird. Like I say, how you got it? Like Jeff said, you got the container compartment, so you can't go between the coaches, the power cars. So
yeah, because obviously one's a dummy. Oh, that's in the
just
model.
using one.
They're both power cars, aren't they? So
it'll look weird with just one though at the end.
So one would have to be set as idle because, like I say, there's no connection between the two power cars if they did that on freight, unless they literally just used one power car.
It looks strange, though.
But would it be enough power to pull freight? Because freight is primarily it's a lot heavier than passenger, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there'd be a limited freight availability.
It'd be strange to see though. You'll see this HST flying along with a load of containers, and next week it just chops off and then chops the end of a tail off. You know
but
what I mean?
it just won't be light freight. I mean, because you can get light freight, can't you?
Yeah, it's true.
What are you on today, pal?
Some things
Styrofoam.
which are bulky.
That's what it is. What am I pulling today? Styrofoam.
Yeah, maybe they use them for, like, say, light freight and use the heavy freight for the big diesels that are out there, 66s, etc. That's a possibility. So that is the rail event. $362.99 from Hornby. I think that's way overpriced.
Avoid it, yeah.
That's it's a love it or loathe it from me. It's probably a loathe it because one, I don't like the livery, and I think that price is way above the pocket of the average modeller, in my opinion.
Well, is it coming DCC ready? Is it lights? Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at the specs.
Tech specs.
Tech specs. DCC ready. Using the that's another thing. Hornby have gone 21 pin.
Yes.
They've abandoned their 8 pin.
Yeah, but the thing is, the 21 pin, a lot of companies now have progressed away from the 21 pin.
And gone to like 22 pins and stuff
well,
like that.
The 22 pin or the 18 pin.
Yeah, the 18 pin next. They're the next generation,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah. Well,
So, it's just that Hornby are behind. Rather than just going straight to the 21 pin, they should have gone ahead to match what everybody else is going to.
Am I right in saying that 8 pin was the first form of DCC that was available? Am I right in saying that?
No, because you in the small logos you have 3 pin, don't you?
Yeah, and you can get 6 pin as well.
6 pin.
And there's 4. I think there's 4 pin as well. But I think that primarily the most open was 8 pin, and that was brought in by Hornby, I think.
Yeah.
And then obviously the other
4 pin is just motors only.
Yeah. likes of your Bachmann and all the other big manufacturers out, Dapol, etc. I think they are all using 21 pins. So I think they've come into a collective where most manufacturers are now operating on the 21 pin. But like you say, Geoff, a lot of stuff now is changing from the 21 pin to more the next gen 18 pin and the 22 pin as well. Which is, I think, am I right?
21 pin. The 21 pin format is actually 22 pins, but one of them is blank.
That's right. Yeah. So obviously they would be able to fit 22 pins, but is it able to use a 22 pin in a 21 pin?
No, you can't fit a 22 pin decoder on a 21 pin socket because the one hole is filled in.
Yes. So you'd have to obviously
I don't know what the pin outs are going to be the same or what, or whether there's any backward compatibility.
Yeah. Interesting.
But,
interesting thought on that. Obviously, you have got the ability to switch from 8 to 21.
Yeah, you can get converters.
And back again from 21 to 8 using the converters, which a lot of people have done, especially for the Bachmann stock. But things are changing so much more now with what's available on the decoder market. They must have thought, well, we need to fit more stuff in here, so we'll go with the 21, which looks like it's going to end up being the new standard across all models.
Yeah, definitely.
I do know from knowledge that the APT, that is a bit of a swine to get the decoder in, I believe.
Ooh.
And you have to get a special decoder to fit in them, only available from certain manufacturers as well.
Well, that's like the what is it now? The Bachmann 90, because it works the pantograph. It has to be a certain.
I think
chip,
that's
the same similar one.
Yeah, that's a particular decoder that operates everything in that.
Yeah, because if you don't have the certain one, you can blow the motors in the pantograph.
Yeah, the pantograph won't work. But I've heard from the APT that they go in underneath.
The 800's like that. It's got a little trapdoor in the bottom.
Yeah, there's a little trapdoor underneath where the decoder fits in. But you have to be careful what type of decoders you use because there's limited clearance between the decoder socket and the base of the locomotive. You can't get the panel back on if you use certain decoders. So they've kind of like restricted what decoders are going to be available to fit into that. Is there a reason? I'm not sure, or whether is it going to be an adaptable to do that? But really, would you want paying that sort of money for an APT? Yeah. Would you want to adapt it to fit different decoders? So is that a bit of product restriction done specially by them? I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I say, if you only hit one certain decoder, then you say you're only going to buy this one or run it DC or whatever, run on zero address. Yeah. But like if there's only limited room and everything like that, it's just one thing. It's like they always say, don't you? Always take your cars to the main dealers. But nobody listens.
So, yes, that is 21 pin socket on that HST set. That's the tech stuff on that. Just looking, Brian's asking, has Bachmann actually announced anything yet?
I've not heard anything.
I think their announcement's due February.
It's normally around... No, I think it's later than that because it's normally about August before Wally.
They do separate ones.
Yeah.
I think Bachmann have they've gone. Instead of doing one major announcement a year, they've gone like they've done broken it down into quarterly announcements. And I think, looking back from when we were at Model Rail Scotland, I think that was the first year that Bachmann did it, and there was an announcement in February just before Model Rail Scotland.
Yes.
So I might be wrong. Please correct me if I'm right, if I'm not right or wrong. But I think that is due around the beginning of February.
Yeah, there's another HST set that's quite big at the moment. I think. Let me just see if we can scroll down.
Yeah, do you want to control that?
Yeah, I'll just have a look while. Where is it now? Because I saw it the other day when I was on. Oh, where's it gone? Where's the second page? Which one was it now? That one. The rail charter service. I think that might be a popular one.
Oh, that's quite good. That's actually got a nickname.
Has it?
Yeah, it's called the fag packet livery.
The fag. What fag packet?
Because it looks like an old cigarette packet.
Well, I don't smoke, so
Yeah, you don't smoke.
Anyway,
Those
yeah,
who
the
do
rail
smoke,
charter
it's called,
services.
it is actually called the fag packet livery. I quite like that, actually.
Yeah. And obviously, again, they're going on to the modern stuff, the 755s.
Yeah, 755, the greater angular class 75, 775s. I do like them, actually.
Yes.
They are the bimodal set, which can run on diesel and electric, and but there again, another train where you can't get from one side of the train to the other.
Yes.
Because the engine, it's only small.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the train.
It's quite weird seeing them because you just see this little carriage and all it is
It's only short, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the size of a wagon.
Another two popular HST liveries, which is the East Midlands
I like that.
and the FGW.
Yeah, very much like the fag packet livery again.
Yeah,
Very
which is
similar.
obviously first.
And that's what Geoff was on about, the all-over GWR green.
The castle.
The Castle train packer, actually, that's showing. That's available autumn 2022. Again, it's only power car and dummy for that price.
Yeah.
Is it viable at 300?
And then you got the price.
I just need 2 more coaches to go with my set, and that's it.
And then again, obviously, you're paying those packs, paying for those dummy and power guys. You've got to add them coaches, and them coaches are not coming too cheap these days either. Are they? So you can
45 quid each, you know.
I think if you're looking at a full prototypical set of an HST this day and age from Hornby, you're talking close £800 for a prototypical rake, and that's a lot of money.
I won't go prototypical because I couldn't get on my layout.
Yeah,
I haven't even got. I mean, I can just about get a power car, dummy, the back end, and the one coach in the middle. It's on my biggest station. All the rest are just a power car and a coach.
Yeah,
it's quite not too expensive job for a small rake then for yourself.
No.
I think I can get 5 coach plus power and dummy on my layout, which I think my platform's about 5 foot long.
Yeah, it's quite long.
Yours is 9. We'll forget Stuart's.
When I mocked it up,
got a layout.
hey, when I mocked it up, I can get a 47, 2 Mark III coaches, buffet, and a DVT in a box. But yeah, I can get it out
In a box, yeah. In a box.
In a box, yeah.
Not on the layout.
On his layout, there's no room for anything else.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent train.
Across all the rails.
Yeah. Another popular.
You still got to. I mean, I've changed the way I do me control boards, control panels. So you haven't got that one done yet, as I promised you.
Nope, that's it. Yeah, that's it. There's loads of stuff to go on, but hopefully I'm decluttering soon, so I'll be getting that done. Another HST livery as well, East Coast.
I like that.
It's good.
I do like that. It's very. Yeah. It's got quite a traditional look to that.
Yeah. So basically, someone's going to be sat there with a rake of HSTs, all different liveries. But it's promising. It's got quite a lot of HST.
Yeah,
even though they're not in service anymore.
It's simple. Yeah, but it's effective. It's very close to the BR Blue, but
it's close to Virgin as well because it's the diagonal. Because obviously on the Virgin at the back end where it comes down, that bit was black.
Yeah,
front end was red.
Geoff? What's your favourite livery then? Overall, if you had to choose a livery of the modern fleets that are out there in the world, what would be your ultimate favourite livery right now? Everyone knows what mine is.
I do like the LNER.
LNER, yeah, I do like it, but it's not out there anymore. It's gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's the same as the toothpaste one.
Yeah, Network Southeast.
Network Southeast, yeah.
That one.
Me, obviously, everyone knows.
Yes, but Jace,
you're
a big fan of DRS. But which one do you like? The plain blue with a simple one, or do you like the compass? Yeah, compass.
Got to be the compass livery.
What about the new livery?
I mean, the TPE, you can't. I don't think you can beat the TPE. That's a wonderful.
That's just a 90s tracksuit, isn't it?
That is yeah. You hit the nail on it. It is. It's a 90s shell suit livery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. The TPE,
which is good. But yeah, what is your opinion on the new DRS?
The green livery. It's growing on me.
Slightly.
It's slightly growing on me. It's with the new franchise that they're running. They've got. It's the class as the eco livery.
Yeah. They're going more greener, aren't they?
Yeah.
Did Colas change?
Sorry, did Colas?
Have they changed?
The Colas livery is changing. Yes.
Yeah, because I see it's a van, and where I see it, it used to be the old colourless livery on the van.
Yeah.
And now it's this new livery, which is almost all white.
I'll give you a little clue.
I sent a photograph of this van to Blake saying, you have to change your livery of all your coaches you keep on doing, and your buses.
I'll give you a little clue.
I don't know if it's a real...
When a company changes their livery to pretty much a plain white, that means something's happening that will mean their entire fleet is going to have a completely new brand put on it. If you look back at when Virgin, they lost the West Coast Main Line livery franchise, and the Pendolinos all went white, didn't they? Yes. And everyone was like, why the weird whiteness? Why have you gone from that? It's because the franchise was going and they were preparing them. Basically, they were starting with a clean sheet. Put it that way. That's what they call it, the clean sheet livery. So it's in preparation for something coming that's to change. Whether it be a brand new livery from the same company, or whether they're going to be changing it to a different company brand altogether. If you think about it, Freightliner, they semi-changed to the Wyoming livery, the orange and black, didn't they?
Yes, like I say, I do prefer my green Freightliner.
Yeah.
Because obviously back in the day it was grey with red writing. Then they went to the green, which is... Would have got different variants of green, because obviously they just had the normal with the white lettering, yellow lettering, and then obviously they've gone to the more traditional Freightliner. Then they had the Power Hall.
Yeah, I do like the Power Hall.
The Power Hall, and then obviously now they've gone
That's
to
the grey and orange, isn't it?
The Power Hall.
Grey and orange is
yellow. It's yellow and green. It's the one that had the wavy one in it.
Yeah, it's the Power Hall's got the waviness.
Yeah, it's got yellow and green on it. Yeah. And then they went on to, as they say, Licorice All Sort, the orange and black.
Yeah.
Which they've done quite a few. They've done an 08. They've done a 90.
It's not taken off that well, though.
And they've not
done much more.
I think they've done a thing here. What's that DVT looking one?
They've done
the 92.
90. Oh, get me 90s mixed up.
66.
They've done a 66, an 08. They've done 90. Is it a 90? I think they've done.
They've done a 90, yeah. And then they did another one which looked like a power car to me, but I think it was a 92.
Might be 92, yeah.
And obviously then they did the pink. They've done a few pinks.
Yeah, the pink one, that's by the one group which is part of Freightliner.
Yeah. It was just a special one, but yeah, it's quite a good look. Obviously, you can't beat the good old Virgin livery, the HST one.
Yeah.
You've gone to your Pendos and your Voyagers. That's a newish kind of Virgin, but I'll stick to me old style.
Timo in the listener lounge right now is saying, sorry Jason, it has to be DB Red. It's his favourite livery. Oh dear. No, definitely not here for me. Snigger there from Jeff. Right, we're going to go to a quick musical break. For those that are listening on the Mixcloud or here live right now, we'll go a quick music break, and then we'll be straight back with more model railway information and news.
G'day, Model Railroaders. This is Sparky 107, and you are listening to Off the Rails with MRYCG.
Are you looking to add a nice new addition to your layout? Then make sure you take a look at the MRYCG's very own marketplace to buy, sell or swap your second-hand items and collectibles. You'll find a wide range of locos, scenery and track, not to mention books, die-cast models and lots of highly collectible railway honour that you just cannot afford to miss. Are you looking for a certain item? Then why not place a wanted advert in your listings, as someone may just have that tucked away. Or maybe you have an item to sell yourself to be given a fresh lease of life in a new home. You'll find items in all scales and gauges at prices to suit your budget. So go on, why not take a look in the marketplace today? Find us on Facebook, hit that search bar and type in MRYCG Marketplace. Buy, sell, swap model railways.
So we're back. 18 minutes left of the show. Wow, the time gone by.
This second hour's flown by.
Yeah, so we've still got a few things to just briefly look at. Stuart especially wants to talk about this next thing from the Hornby range. And it's a bit of a controversial range.
It is, as it's coming around to a bit of tea time, a bit of peckish, and we always like a bit of beef, don't we? Love a bit of beef, yes. We've got the boxing gloves on, we've got some beef here for you. So, Hornby have released Trains on a Film as Seen In, which is something to do with a film. And that film is the Titfield Thunderbolts, which we know who has the rights to that.
Yes, very controversial bit of scene for Hornby on this. And I know there was a press announcement from Rapido.
Yes, Rapido,
in
basically.
regards to this. So, yeah, Hornby, been a little bit of slap on the wrist for this.
They're known for it.
Yes.
Because come on, when Jeremy Clarkson went to the Hornby site and everything like that, and he said, right, we're going to open up, bang, 66. Mr. Hattons wasn't impressed, and it was on video.
Yes.
He says, why have you done that?
Yeah.
You know we were doing that. And he's just gone, I don't know. so yeah, they're known for it. So they've done Hattons, now Rapido. Who's next?
So yeah, quickly then. So there's two sets for the Titfield Thunderbolt series,
Yes.
as in they're inspired by. That's the
what
word,
they're doing, aren't they?
Inspired by the Titfield Thunderbolt. So they've labelled it under the theme of trains on film as seen in. There's two: the Lady and the Tramp, Lady and the Tramp, the Lady and the Lamp set. And then
no meatballs and spaghetti here, you know.
The Titfield Thunderbolt set, which is the one I think we'll have a look on, because this is the one that's very controversial at the moment, and this is obviously to do with Rapido, because they have the exclusive rights.
Yeah.
Apparently, please do check it out and have your own opinion on this. That they have announced that is exclusive to them only.
Yeah.
Well, it's down to licensing, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And they have announced that they are the only model railway manufacturer in existence that has the rights for the license to produce anything on the Titfield Thunderbolt
Yeah,
series.
in Rapido's statement, they do say they do have a contractual statement with Sound Lab. So they said it's with them. And they did say, underlined in the video, that if anything happens, there will be further action. So it's going to be one of them, innit? So, yeah, so they brought out 2 packs. Like I say, we'll concentrate on the Titfield Thunderbolts. To be honest, I've not seen the film.
No, I haven't.
Have you, Jeff?
No.
So we need to watch the film.
It says it's expected summer 2022, so probably around June, July time. Available to pre-order. $229.99 from Hornby. And what do we get for our money? Let's have a look. Product info: 1 locomotive, steam, obviously, and 2 items of rolling stock. For what price again was that? For $229, $230. So yeah, they're showcasing Hornby Trains on Film. So they're not actually promoting it as Titfield.
As the Titfield, no.
But they've used their basically their models.
Yes.
For this feature. Oop.
Is that me or you?
It's you.
It's me. Me this time.
So the trains on the film, the set, the number 57 Lion train pack features the locomotive masquerading as Thunderbolt, celebrating some of the most recognisable on-screen locomotives in the world. The Trains on Film collection presents the mechanical stars of several famous films that feature trains. I wonder if they'll do either the edge.
Well, they're saying there, the number 57 Leon locomotives appeared in several films, including the Titfield. So they're going to do 7 films that featured the 57.
Yeah. So they say gaining inspiration from LTC's Rolt's book Railway Adventurer. The 1953 Ealing comedy was remained a firm favourite with those who appreciate classic comedy. So, yeah, it's a bit of a slap on the wrist, but can they get away with it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
We'll
It says featuring the Leon masquerading as the Thunderbolt, the train pack also includes Lariat, machinery truck carrying the converted coach body, an XGWR guards van complete. So the converting stock to look to do the Titfield. The number 57 locomotives featured in the Titfield Thunderbolt available in the view view to Liverpool's museum. So the train's actually in Liverpool Transport Museum.
Yeah, it is indeed. Where it was found at home in 1969. What do you think, Jeff? Do you think they'd have been a bit close to the knuckle?
It is a bit close to home, but if they're doing a range, because that's what it is. It's
well, it's got
trains in
film range, yeah,
as a range, and it's like saying, well, it featured in that film, and it featured in this film, and it featured in that film. They're not doing something which is just one item, like Rapido are doing.
Indeed, yes, they're focusing actually on that as an item, and not as a series, as these are trying to. Label it as it's like the trains from a film, so
it's pushing it right to the edge, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
Yeah. So if they're doing a series, I'm just going to look on the Lady with the Lamp one.
The Lady with the Lamp, not the Tramp.
No, not the Tramp, not with Sketty Meatballs. So this one, so that means there are at least 2. So that means there's another 5 to come if they're doing 7.
Right? Yes, it says they're doing 7.
You got the Railway Children, haven't you? You got that?
Yes, the Railway Children. That's another
That's
one.
a film.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the 57? Because they're saying they're basing it on the number 57 Leon, so whatever films that's been featured in.
Oh, right. So they're focusing that
On
particular,
that particular
locomotive that's featured in 7 different films. So right. So it's obviously featured in the Lady and the Lamp film as well.
So it says here, in Lady with the Lamp is based on the life of Florence Nightingale. The Lady with the Lamp starred as a famous Leon locomotive which hauled the L and MR first class coaches, one of which was intriguingly unnamed. The train pack includes the coaches, the Leon, and 3 LMR first class period coaches. So that's on a life of Florence Nightingale, which is so we need to find out what the other 5 films are that featured the Leon 57.
Indeed. Interesting stuff. What do you think, guys? Do you think it's close to the knuckle? Do you think it's quite fair of them about what they've done, or do you think it is way beyond the realms of using other people?
Yes, is it going to be? Is it going to be a court thing or?
Yes, let us know. Obviously, Rapido. Please do check out their social media. Rapido have done a statement, a public statement regarding this. So we await to see what is going to happen. Just 10 minutes left of the show. Would you believe it? I'm quite shocked. Thank you so much for everybody for joining us. We've been briefly scanning over the Hornby 2022 range. Well, we've also given you the rundown of the February exhibitions that are coming up. Hopefully there'll be a lot more of those. But there's one other thing that I just briefly, I'm going to hand it over to somebody else to tell us about. But before we do, I want to play this. So we'll be straight back.
Are you stuck for gift ideas? Maybe you're looking for something with a more personal touch. Jumble Lane Printing are a specialist service that supplies a wide range of personalised items tailored to suit your requirements at a competitive price. We will print your chosen design on t-shirts, canvas pictures, mugs, keyrings and clocks. In fact, there's so many ideas to choose from, you'll be spoiled for choice. For people with an interest in model railways, we also print banners, totems and bespoke backzines. Please come and visit our Facebook page and see what we can do for you. Just search for our Jumble Lane Printing page on Facebook or call Jeff now on 07931 776 978.
Yes, so Jumble Lane Printing, if anybody doesn't know, that is Jeff, our very main man here and admin of MRYCG. He does do the merchandise for MRYCG. You can check that out on our website, mrycg.com. But Jeff, you did other things as well as the merchandise for MRYCG. Now, we won't go into too much detail because obviously there's a lot behind the scenes that we can't discuss, but you recently released a bit of a public announcement in regards to a little bit of another area that you do focus on. If you don't mind, please let know the audience a little bit about what that's regarding.
Yeah, basically what it is, I think the pandemic, the showstopper that we've all suffered with over this last couple of years, has put pay to quite a few things that was going on. Without the shows, the 3D printing sort of went a bit too slow for my liking. So basically, all that is just changing direction. And I've basically got together with Timo at Blue Tree Models, and all the 3D printing now will go directly to retailers, and they will be bringing out their ranges, and that's it really. Best thing to do is to go on my website, jumbolaneprinting.co.uk, and go to the press release page. The information is there. But we're due to bring out more information in the next few weeks as to exactly what is going on and what the people. Because I mean, I'm working frantically here at the moment. All the hours are gone.
26 hours in a day at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I'm doing design work. I'm designing, prototyping a lot of products, which then go forward through Blue Tree model, and basically they will go directly to retailers.
Yeah. So that press release, if anyone has not yet seen it, is available on the jumbolaneprinting.co.uk website. It's a /press release. You can find it on there, and also on your social media. You do have a Facebook page, don't you, Geoff?
I've got a Facebook page, Jumbo Lane Printing on Facebook, and a copy of the press release is on there as well.
So please do check it out and give them all the support you can. Geoff has been absolutely wonderful for MRYCG behind the scenes, or even with the merchandise and things like that. So we wish him absolutely all the best, and any other persons involved in that also. So big congratulations to you, Geoff, and like I say, all the very best from MRYCG and everyone in the group.
Defo. And I second that as well. You know, he's always been great. Obviously, a great hotel hostess when I've been staying down there.
It's just 3-bedroom house, and there's only one bed in there now, because that's only one bedroom that's spare. That's mine.
Yeah, I said I'll pop down again, but you can't. It's my office now. I was like, okay.
You can still pop round. Now you've got your car, you can pop down, Stuart. You're more than welcome.
Well,
We've got a big, massive L-shaped city for you.
Well, it all depends if I can make it that far.
and not end up in a ditch.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got just over 4 minutes left of the show tonight. Thank you very much for everybody that's tuned in. The next show, as it is a monthly show, last Saturday of every month here on Sonnet Radio. Again, a big thank you to the founders of Sonnet Radio for allowing us to host this on their radio station every last Saturday of the month at 4 p.m. sharp.
Yes, definitely. So be here next month.
And next month is, because February is a small month, isn't it? Next episode will be here. Episode 2 of Series 2 will be on the 26th of February. Remember, all episodes, previous series as well, and all the specials can be found on our website, MRYCG.com, under the podcast tab.
But also...
I'll breathe now.
Also, the day before that, we've got a very, very sad yet good thing happening.
Indeed, yes.
Indeed. Unfortunately, for those fellow members that used to follow me for... it wasn't 2 years. You messed up.
No, I said it was 3... No, I said it was 3 years. It's actually
4 now, isn't it?
Because MRYCG's 4th birthday
is
on the 1st of March.
And obviously, those regulars in the group, I did Facebook Friday every Friday. We used to have some silly times, some memorable times, and it was good.
Some not so memorable times.
Yeah, not so memorable times. But yes, sadly, 25th of February, the day before the next episode, will be my last ever Facebook Friday.
Yes, take your hat off to me, the founder of MRYCG, Stuart. So big thank you for hosting that. for all that time. Give or take a couple of episodes only you really missed.
I can probably do both hands less.
But if you aren't a member of the MRYCG group on Facebook, the private group, please do come and join it, because he's going to try and do something very special for this very final.
Yeah, we'll try. Well, I'll try and reenact the Jaffa Cake scenario.
His blue wigs and his biscuit eyes.
Oh yeah, blue wigs, blue eyes, biscuit eyes, all sorts.
Yeah, so you've got to try and find the very first ever episode. It's going to be difficult because you've got a lot to get
I look
through
a lot
to
younger.
Yeah, that I'll say, yeah. A lot younger, like we all do, eh?
I think you had more hair as well.
Yeah, definitely that. But 2 minutes to go. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to entertain you for the past 2 hours. We hope to see you again for the next episode on the 26th of February. If not, join Stuart for the last ever Facebook Friday in the private group on the 25th of February.
Yes.
From
7
p.m?
7 p.m.
Indeed. So get over to MRYCG's Facebook group, get joining. Also, get on the website. Links to everything we've been discussing tonight are on the MRYCG website. All the merchandise and such is all on there. But we will leave you with our final song of tonight. And what quite a instrumental song to go in it. It is The Last Train to London from ELO. So from us here, Geoff, Stuart and myself, ta-ra from me.
It's good night from him.
Goodbye.
Take care.
See you.
Stay safe, stay well, and best of all, keep on modelling.